pardon the crazy kind of camera angle. I am filming this from inside the car. My husband is putting some air in the tires. We are taking a road trip this weekend. His family, his parents, live out in the country, not the Texas Hill country, but not that far from it. They live not far from Washington on the Brazos, so Brenham, College Station, kind of in a triangle between Brenham, College Station, and Conroe maybe. They live right in the middle, but there's going to be, we're hoping to see some pretty wildflowers. We're hoping to just see some nice scenery. I'm hoping to, if the weather stays clear, go to the lavender farm tomorrow and maybe the rose farm and do some garden type fun things. But we just stopped at Buc-ee's, and I'll try to put a little bit of a Buc-ee's video in this so you can see what the inside of Buc-ee's is. But suffice to say, Buc-ee's is the largest convenience store / gas station in the world, and there's several of them in Texas, and there just happened to be one, and we stopped to put air in the car, and I stopped to run into the restroom. And I was going to get something to drink, but decided against it because I still had tea. I brewed some green tea at home. I'm sorry, I've been walking around inside this huge store. So, this is the first leg of our little journey for the weekend. And if I see anything worth filming, I will grab my camera and film it. I guess our next stop is Brenham, Texas, where we're going to go to the visitor center and get a lot of tourist information, and for me and also for my mother-in-law, because my parents-in-law have just retired to this part of Texas, and she's looking for all kinds of nice day trips and things they can do together. So, and we'll be coming up to visit them a lot, so I'm looking for stuff my husband and I can do too. And then we're going to have lunch at a restaurant we really like, and I want to stop at a store. There is the Independence Coffee Company, coffee roaster in Independence, Texas, and they have a retail outlet in Brenham. I want to stop and get some coffee and some tea and have lunch. So lunch, visitor center, and coffee tea run, and maybe a couple other shops in the old small town part of Brenham, and then on to where we're spending the night. Okay, so we're in a kind of an old-fashioned ice cream parlor called It Must Be Heaven. And you can see what this place is kind of like. And we're getting ready to go eat lunch, so we're going to go to the other side. And I'm show you these guys we're sitting next to. So this lovely little couple I'm sitting next to. I'm just waiting for my husband to park the car, and then I'm going to be getting up and going over to the cafe side because we're going to eat ourselves some lunch. And then we're going to come back over here and get some dessert. So, see you guys. As you can tell, this place is packed. And it is like 2:30 on a Saturday. This is one of the, not only locals like this place, but day trippers and tourists and sightseers like this place. It is nice. So I got a tater salad stuffed avocado and some broccoli salad.
The mango is sweet, so I got you black currant.
I got me some black currant tea because the mango is sweet and I don't drink sweet tea. Say hi, Chad.
Hello.
So that's Chad. That's my husband. And what did you get, Chad?
I got the work sandwich, which is...
It's got roast beef and bacon and...
turkey and honey ham and lettuce and tomato and mayo on toasted wheat bread. Comes with pickle and chips. And then I added a broccoli salad on the side because their broccoli salad is so damn good.
Yummy? Yummy. Let's eat. Alrighty. And here we got a group of Longhorn Cattle. Texas Longhorn Cattle. Yes, they're a thing. And people keep them on their ranches. Isn't that a neat animal? Anyway, got to get back to the car. This car coming. I don't know what kind of flowers those are, but they sure are pretty. I think I'll have to look up and see. Yeah, I'm going to have to look up and see exactly what those are, because those are awfully pretty. Okay, so this is a field with a lot of wildflowers. The red ones are Indian paintbrushes. The blue ones are the Texas blue bonnets. There's not many of the little tiny pink ones. They're buttercups, and I can't remember what the bright yellow ones are. But this is one of the few fields I've seen that there's a lot of them. Wasn't the best year for them this year because of low rain and more freezing nights than usual over the winter. But that's let me zoom in a little closer so you can see the blue bonnets. Zoom out just a little bit. Like I said, I don't know what those are. I need to look them up. You can tell it's a breezy day. The wind is blowing these grasses. So we'll do one more look, and there's off over the hill. You can see the stuff over the hill. I want to give you one last look at the blue bonnets. Bonnets and Indian paintbrushes. Alright, and we are back on the road. Alright, and here is a really thick patch of blue bonnets. This is right on some people's property right by the road. And I'm going to zoom in on that. They've got a thick patch of blue bonnets. There's even more, but they're down the people's road going to their house, and there's no way for me to walk up and see it. I wouldn't even want to walk up in that unless I had on thick jeans and boots, because we have snakes, and it's been raining a lot, so I'm sure I'd sink half knee deep in the mud. But here's a nice little blue bonnet patch. And this is what people come out here to look at. The bonnets. And that's what this area is known for. Last week they had a bluebonnet festival. That right there. Okay, and now we're at the Antique Rose Emporium. It's a nursery. You can buy plants here, and it's also, I guess I'd call it display gardens. And then they have classes and events. I'm gonna pause right now. Okay, right now I'm at the water garden at the Antique Rose Emporium, sitting down and catching my breath and enjoying all the prettiness. I think I'm gonna wait for this family to come up the path, and then I'm gonna go walk around to the other side of the garden and see what's on the other side. So we'll do that.
You are all done.
Okay.
I want this dress. I'm gonna have to look for one.
There's a lot of people out getting pictures because it's so pretty today. It is the perfect spring day in this part of the world. And you can see there's little cobblestone paths. This place is 8 acres, and it is mostly little display gardens and specimen gardens, but they also grow roses. They're a farm. We got some blue bonnets. I'm trying to walk over these cobblestones, and there's some structures for vining roses to grow up. And there's the highway, that's Highway 50. And we're right outside of Independence, Texas. I guess we're in Independence, Texas. But we're between Independence and Brenham. We're very close to Independence. I'm going to go through these low-hanging... Ooh, these are tree roses. That's interesting. No, that's not a rose. I don't know what that is. See with me. Okay. So I'm going to come sit on this bench. Got some paper cups. Show you this side of the little water garden. And there's some little bird sculptures. And a lot of petunias. And that's a sweet little rose bush. And there are some massive rosemary bushes there. Massive rosemary bushes. And then this little pot by the bench, there's a salad Burnett. Those things taste kind of like celery, cucumber. They're good actually, you can eat them. And as you can tell, there's a lot of people out today because they're doing a rose cutting event, and also it's just a nice day to be out. Okay, now we're going to leave the water garden, and here's another little watery area, a bunch of pretty flowers. I'm going to walk through this little bridge, see what the next section of the, I don't know whether to call this a park or a nursery, I guess a gardens. Over here, and like I said, this is also a retail nursery. You can buy, my gosh, probably hundreds of kinds of roses here. They specialize in antique variety and rare roses. Isn't that pretty? And some of them, like that is a found rose. They'll have people bring specimens. And this is just the neatest place. If you grow roses, if you like flowers, if you just like getting out and enjoying a spring day, there's a little gift shop. And over there is where you can buy herbs. This is the main rose nursery to buy any kind of rose that we can get and grow. There we go. There's a pretty little planting. There's the sign. Antique Rose Gardens. Go through this little area. And this is a little children's garden, the Beatrix Potter Garden. A lot of people out taking pictures today. There's some Swiss chard growing. There's some more Swiss chard growing. And yet more roses for sale. All roses for sale, as far as you can see. Little bunnies for the Beatrix Potter Garden. I'm going to come around over here and show you guys what it's like. It's a cute little garden. There's a little path. And then they've got some cactus and some other desert type plants. I'm going to come sit over here for a second.
That massive aloe vera.
Yeah. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe an agave.
That's a neat way of making shade in your backyard.
Yeah, that's really neat. I'm going to zoom in on that. I guess it's a willow structure with a climbing rose. That's really neat. Okay, I'm going to end here with the Cactus Garden. Okay, I'm getting ready to leave the Rose Emporium. There's a bucket of poppies.
They carved their initials in the leaf so it would scar over.
Here's some of the gazebos. And more little paths with climbing roses, and the grounds go on and on and on, and there's so many paths. And there's like a little labyrinth. And then the house. I believe some of the houses are event spaces. So we have another stop to make on the way home, so I will just film on the way out. And there goes my husband around the corner. And, oh, here's a nice shady spot. Nice little respite from the sunshine. And then here's the back side of this garden. And they've got little decorations everywhere. And roses everywhere. All kinds. Mostly antique roses, but not just. Here's a little wishing well. More flowers. Yet more winding paths. Oh my gosh, those rosemary. I'm so jealous. And some lilies. More gardens. And we are at the end of the path.